It's overarching. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
Well, we got a couple here for their second and third leg. Who's here for their third? Not, you shut up.
I don't even waste your hand. We all know that.
Before I go over this real quick, how are you packed for your second leg? Where you at?
So I get a different one today.
Where's Heather?
Heather's right over there.
Hey Heather.
Yes, sir.
So this is their third leg. Y'all need to take care of them. Just a few couple safety notes we have to go over before we get started. Anybody that brought your own ruck, bring any extra weight to commemorate anything else that means something to you, or just because you wanted to challenge yourself a little extra. Everybody's empty? All right, good deal. We have Tom Lloyd over here in blue shirt. He's going to be our medic for the day. So if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, if you have any medication, any specific nutritional needs, let him know before we go. He'll keep it in with his stuff, so if you need it, but that way also he knows kind of what to be watching for.
That'd be the safest.
So,
Okay.
Tom, do you have anything you want to mention real quick?
Watch each other. Watch each other. Switch out often. Drink plenty of fluid. If you came dehydrated, it'll be interesting here just a little bit. We have some stuff. It's called base salts. Base. B-A-S-E. It's not anything else. Highly encourage it. So it is. It's incredible. Basically, it's salt and some vitamins. Take about this much. We've got it in the truck. And it puts everything back in you that you just expended. It works better than Gatorade. Obviously, we want to support it with water, but just keep an eye on each other. Don't be a hero, even though this is a hero career field. If you notice that somebody's starting to step behind, stay with them. If you notice somebody's starting to hurt, switch the weights out and take care of each other. This is the last leg. Knock on wood, we have been successful every single leg so far because everyone has taken care of everyone. I'm the last step to step in. I would expect that you guys would take care of each other, and I'm not out here to make anybody stop because I want y'all to finish too.
And if you're sitting, that doesn't mean you can't bring waters and Gatorades to your teammates.
Speaking of the waters and Gatorades, the truck is loaded down with way more than what we need. So don't feel like you have to, go conservative on the water because you want someone else to be able to have it. We've got more than enough, so please abuse the waters, abuse the Gatorade, the body armors, the Cliff Bars, the oranges, just all you can eat, all you can drink the whole time. There's no reason anybody should go dehydrated. It is going to be a hot day. It's going to be hot. You're going to be walking on blacktop. Every bit of this is on the right of way, so it's going to be hot. I need y'all to keep that in mind. Like you were saying, watch each other. Somebody stops sweating. Somebody looks like heat's setting in on them. Take care of each other. So, with that being said, taking care of each other, this is a team event. It's not an individual event. It's not a who goes fastest and comes in first place. We go as fast as their slowest person, okay? Y'all need to work together. These are 1 pound weights, so they can be divvied up amongst what you are capable of doing. So somebody may be able to carry 20, somebody may be able to just do 10. You're still carrying the weight, okay? What seems to be working pretty good so far is the team will split in half. Have part of the team rucking and the other half resting. They swap out every 2 or 3 miles. Another thing that's helped with those transitions between the two teams has been picking possibly the rucks that are the best, just putting the weight in the ruck and just leaving it alone. So that way, whenever you go to rotate between the ruckers and the rest, people that were just on the truck, you just hand them your ruck. If that's not something you want to do, we do have some gallon bags here. You can that'll make the transfer of the weight easy. You just pull it out, put it in the next ruck. While that seems like a good idea, these bags have been getting shredded every time, and it ends up being a pile of just singles inside of a bag. And that has made for some of the transitions even slower, in which some of these teams, they may have had a 45-minute game, and once the bag started to shred, the transitions took longer. They got down to 15 minutes ahead of time, something to think about when you're creating your stuff, your strategy. Don't have to ask about y'all being at the finish line ceremony. Y'all are the ones taking it home. Speaking of taking it home, this route, y'all have got the weirdest route. All the other ones made sense for the most part. They were just straight lines. They went in a direction that made sense. This one, the escort drive just obviously follow the escort trucks, but just to give y'all a heads up idea, you'll be taking this street to Berry Hill to Stewart all the way up through Point Baker, north on 89, south on Pine Blossom, Willard Norris, Dogwood, 90, and then 90 all the way back. So y'all have this weird snake through Milton, so just pay attention to the intersections. Make sure that traffic is seeing you whenever we move. While we do have two emergency vehicles keeping track of us, obviously there's still other people out there that, you know, miss trains. So they miss some, you know, obvious things. They couldn't hit a barn if it was right in front of us. Now that I got some, did I miss any of the safety stuff? Okay. At the end of your leg, put in tickets. Go Ruck sponsored us with GR1 and a kit bag. I think this is about a $300 bag or a $400 bag. This one's $160. So at the end, you put your ticket to one of these, we'll make a drawing. We'll get a chance to walk away with one of those. Here's what we're here for. This right here is not just a weight. This right here represents the officer that's pictured on it. On each and every weight, it has that officer's picture, and the sleeve, the patch that was on his sleeve, of the agency that he worked for when he gave his life. On the back side, it tells a short bio about the officer. This is his name. I'm currently holding Sergeant Michael Chesna of the Weymouth Police Department in Massachusetts. End of watch was Sunday, July 15th, 2018. His cause of death was gunfire. Whenever y'all put these in your rucks, you're not just putting weight. You are carrying the burden for this officer. Okay? They will get the respect they deserve. These are not, like I said, they're not to be thrown around. They will get every step of every mile, without exception. The number one and biggest rule about this entire ruck is that once this kicks off, it is not right in the truck. So if you have to, whenever y'all go to transfer weights between ruckers, you're not going to sit on the tailgate and do the transfer then while you're still rolling. That's not an option. The whole ruck stops until y'all can get the transfer if you can't do it on the go. So if y'all can figure out a way to do it on the go, that's great. If you can't, we'll stop it. If you do it, we'll move forward. I've made sure that each and every weight is not even a tenth of an ounce underweight. So they're getting every ounce of every pound and every step of every mile. With that being said, we have, I know, your shirts, coins. We had set our logistics at 150 officers. At the time, that was the up-to-date roster at that point. After we set our logistics and our artwork for this, they updated it by 13. So there's 163 pounds here. We will be doing a supplemental ruck on June 1st. If y'all are in the athletes page, the EOWMR athletes page, we'll be announcing that some of the details about that soon. If you are not, get with me or this guy to get added to the group. We'll get you in there, and we're gonna have a supplemental ruck to make sure that those 13 officers get the miles that they deserve. Leads me into the next thing. The reason we're holding up our ethos is because one of the things that's commonly said in law enforcement is that no man is left behind, and no one fights alone. So even in death, no one's going to fight alone. Every one of these weights will do every mile together. They don't get separated. We're not going to do some today, and then whenever we do our supplemental ruck, just do those 13 pounds. We're doing all the officers during this. We're going to have all the weight there again to do the other weight. We're going to relay that same message with how we're going to do this. No one fights alone. So if you look back and there's a gap, you've got some people straggling, you're going to wait for them. We're going to get this thing together. We're going to start together. We're going to finish together. We're going to do everything in the middle together. Okay? We don't leave anybody behind. Pay attention to your team. Once again, I can't stress enough. If you see somebody struggling, offer to take their weight. Let them ride in the truck. Check your pride at the door, because this is not where it needs to be. This is not about you. This is about making sure that each one of these officers this mission is successful for them. It's not about me, not about you. So, let's see here. We have these flags over here. We do have red, white, and blue. Want that one flying at all times, preferably out in front, and let it lead the way. We have a blue line American flag that has the names of the officers on it. Since that's what we're here for, that one will also be flying at all times. I would like to keep all of them flying as much as possible, but
Two of them,
huh?
Two of them are from the previous leg that he added.
Oh, he gave them to us? Okay.
PVCs. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Um,
signing flag.
At the end of the ruck, there is a flag that we will get everybody together to sign. It's a dated flag for this annual's event, so just stick around and we'll get everybody's signature on that. Does anybody have any questions?
You want to talk through the last mile? Did you hit that?
So we're going to stop just short of the 1 mile mark, or we're going to get to the last mile mark, and we're going to hold there until 4:30. We got athletes from all the other legs coming back to join us. Just as much as Team 7 here is working together as a team, y'all are also working together with the last leg that just brought the weights to this point. If they hadn't brought it here, we wouldn't be here to carry this. So we're getting everybody together so we can finish together as one big team for this run. So if we don't have any questions, go ahead.
Binders.
Thank you. This has already been divided up. Right here is the bios that tells about the officer. It's got their name, their end of watch date, the type of call they were going to, what happened at that call, and whether or not they caught the guy, the disposition of it. And then it ends each one of them with what basically almost what they sacrificed, the surviving members. And I've said this on every one of them. Leg 1 had the one that stuck out to me the most. 4 days after his end of watch day, he had his baby boy was born. So that's what he sacrificed for us. He sacrificed his family, his time with his family, so that we could live in a safe community. And so you guys have come out here to show your support. Actions speak louder than words. Y'all could have been doing a million other things, but y'all are here putting blisters on your feet and cramping muscles because you want to honor these guys. So let's make sure that happens. Probably what's going to happen if y'all do create a strategy where you rotate out, you're all going to want to start together. If y'all would, just whenever you start off, go ahead and pass out these, and everybody take turns reading the bios, because I want every officer's story heard. Okay. And once that's done, once we get done reading the officers, we can crank the music up, have a good time, start the rotations, and get this thing really going. All right. Anything else?
So it's
10 o'clock. Okay.
10. Let's do 5. Get your game plan together. We'll get the vehicles ready, and then we'll step off.
And group photo.
Yep.